Do not call conspiracy what this people calls conspiracy. Do not fear what they fear, nor be in dread. But let the Lord be your fear, and let him be your dread. That's from Isaiah chapter 8. Really cool Bible verse, right? It's about conspiracy. Very fascinating topic for all of us. We're in the golden age of conspiracy theory, maybe. Can you think of some conspiracy theories that need to go away? Write them down here below the video. I was reading a book, and I want to recommend that book to you. It's called United States of Paranoia. And the thesis of that book is that conspiracy theories have always been part of the fabric of American politics, but not on the fringes, like you probably assume. No, this book says conspiracy theory has been right in the middle, has been the very open and public issue of every era in American politics. From the time when colonialization, and they had conspiracy theories about how the Native Americans would kidnap their people, or the time of the Declaration of Independence, when you had the Federalists versus the Illuminati, or whatever that was. You had then the witch hunts in Salem. That was a conspiracy theory, of course. Then, of course, communism comes around, and there's always this witch hunt of communists. It's always happening. It's always right in the middle. It's not on the fringes like you've been led to believe. It's what American politics is made out of. Conspiracy theories on both sides, on all corners. And it's all rubbish. I mean, some of it's got some truth to it. But the hyperbolic sensationalism of it is more destructive, I think, on our minds and on our friendships than anything else. Today, look at your news feed this very minute. You're going to find the whole menu of conspiracy theories. If you're a person who's on the right, you'll probably be spreading conspiracy theories to the effect that, let's say, number one, the DNC funds Antifa, or that systemic racism is a myth and Black Lives Matter is here to set up communism, or that someone's trying to take your guns, or there's that whole circus of coronavirus conspiracy theories. Well, what if you're on the left? You'll probably be spreading conspiracy theories about how Russia won the election for President Trump, how there are more hate groups out there than you ever thought there were, how there are some of the rioters who have done the most damage in the recent weeks of protests were actually white supremacists infiltrating the groups. You'll have a conspiracy theory how Bernie lost the election because the DNC ganged up on him and had it in for him. Now, some of these on both sides have some truth to them, don't they? Nevertheless, that doesn't mean they are good and healthy things for us to spend our time on, to commit so much mental energy on, and so much of our passions on. Do you know how much this is affecting people's relationships with each other? A nice blog post that says something like, I want to surround myself with people who share my values. What are they really saying? They're saying, I want to cut out of my life people who don't share my values. Is that how you want to live? Cutting toxic people out of your life just because they don't share your own values? Well, values are not everything. The truth is the highest value. And there's only one place you can find truth. The truth is elusive out there when they're trying to tell you who is involved with whom, who's got a secret deal with whom, who's behind the scenes funding this or that, who have a secret deal that you didn't know they could, and they're producing these new powers whereby we don't know if the evidence for these things is accurate. But we have the truth in God. That's why he says, don't fear what they fear. Don't be in dread about what they are in dread of, but let God be your fear and your dread. See, a paranoia is a natural human mood or faculty due to our sin. And paranoia tries to make sense of a world that does not make sense. But God is the only thing that can make sense out of it. God is the truth. Jesus says, I am the truth. You want to know what's really happening out there? You're not going to know everything, but you will know sufficiently what's happening out there if you trust in Jesus. And you see his love for you, his love for the world, his plan for history, and how you're part of it, and how your love for the world, how your love for the people around you, yes, even the people who hate you, your love for them will be part of this unfolding truth that leads us to the end of history. History is in God's hands. It's not in the hands of the people who are in charge at all. It's in God's hands. He's doing okay with it. Let's tune out all these conspiracy theories for which there might be piles of evidence built on lies and tune into Jesus' word. That will transform your heart to be what it needs to be. That will inform your mind of the things you need to know, and that will lead you in the path of righteousness. Thanks, folks. Have a good day.